Okay, this is it. We've got the entire hull framed in. Back here, all the way back to the stern. Okay. And all the way up here to the bow with the big blocks in there, which we're going to be sanding down now. So that's it. We're going to shape this entire hull. And we're going to put in the bevels, see, right here where they're just stepping down. Okay, well, now we're going to make that nice and smooth and bevel these frames. See, here it is right here. I'm going to bevel that. And we're also going to bevel our frames up here in the bow. So, here we go. Okay, I'm going to start sanding this hull with 150 grit because I just want to skim along here and start taking this char off so I can see the high and the low spots. So I'm just going to go very nice and easy. Just like this, right down the hull. Now you can see what the lower frames are, like this one here. See where it's not quite hitting on this frame? Okay, well, I'm just going to keep going down the hull like this. Okay, and I'm looking for all the high spots and the low spots. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm just skimming along the edge here. I'm just going to keep going here until I start cleaning up all of these little edges. Okay, now I'm up here at the bow and I'm cutting away on this big block we put in here. Okay. Right up in here now. I'm kind of rounding out the hull now. I mean the bow right here. See, I'm putting in these bevels now in the bow. And I'm grinding away at this part, right in here. Now shaping the bow. I switched to a smaller disc here to get this rounded right here. Rounding out the bow now. Okay, it's taking a nice rounded shape. See how this is like a pillow here? See how nice and round it's getting? This is the unsanded side, or the unshaped side here. And you can see where I sanded it and gave it a nice rounded. You can see the difference here. See how this is taking a nice round shape? Okay, and see how that's bulged? Well, all that comes down. Now what I want to do is put a little bit of a hollow right in this spot. So I'm going to do some more final sanding here. And all of the bevels are now in, you can see how nice and smooth they are, see, compared to that side. Same with the stern. See how they're nice and beveled now compared to this side. So that's it. Now I'm going to sand it with a finer sandpaper and give that a final finish. And that'll be it. Well, I got to do this side too. Okay. But that's how it's done. Okay, let's go at it again. Now I'm going this way on each frame. And it's knocking off all the high points. See how it's cleaning it up? And this is going to take a while. So I'm just going to keep going easy at it. Now let's go lengthwise again. Hardly any pressure at all. Okay, let's do a little bit here along the side. Yeah, just kind of keep it moving, because if you slow down or you stall, you'll cut it too deep. And it's working out pretty nice now. It's all getting pretty even. See? I haven't touched the bow yet, or I haven't touched the stern. What I'm trying to do is get as much of the center of the hull done. Then I'll work my way to the bow and the stern. So just go nice and easy. See, it's cleaning up pretty nice. So now I'm going to go back here and start forming the bevels on the stern. Now I'm going very lightly. Most of the bevels are on the bottom of the hull. On the side, there's very little bevels. So I can just go here and get the char off. See, that's going pretty darn quick. See, not bad, not bad at all. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit up here in the bow. You see, it always hits the front of the frames first, because that has to that's the bevel. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I want to do along the bottom first. Okay, now I'm going to stop here because this thing is getting warm now. Okay, once I've sanded my hull like this with my power tools, I'm going to use this 100 grit paper, and this is part of a sanding belt. So this is really stiff paper, and I like to do my final sanding by hand. So I'm just going to keep going over it like this and work my way down from 100 grit down to this 150 grit until I get everything nice and smooth and I get all of the grinding marks out of it. And once this is done, then I'm going to flip it over. So I'm going to flip it over now, and I'm going to do these last 4 stern frames in here, and for that I'm going to use this Dremel with a very small disc on it, and I'm just going to go in there like this. See what I'm doing? I'm just going to sand this down. See what I'm doing? Is I'm knocking off the front edge here and creating the bevel on the inside. And there's hardly no bevel at all along the side up here. The bevel is pretty much down here at the bottom. So as you can see, I'm working the bevel backwards to the stern. And it's working quite easily. See how it's working that bevel back? Okay, once I've gotten this far now with sanding these inside frames, the rest of this I'm just going to do by hand and touch it up. And I've used some of these sanding discs here. See, this one is very flexible, so I can get in there at an angle. Okay, this one was made from a leather belt. So once I've gotten this far, now here I couldn't get a sander down, you know, in this kind of angle to clean this up and put in the bevels. So what I used was I used a scalpel. Okay, and that I can get right down in there, and I've just carved these the rest of these bevels down here at the bottom. And a scalpel is flexible; it bends. See, so I can get in there and bend it down to that shape and really make cuts like this. So I clean that all up. So that's it. And here's another spot that I use the scalpel. Right up here. You know where the frames meet the side of the keel? Well, I couldn't get a sander in there without nicking the edge of this, so I stopped a little short. And then I used this and I just cut like this, just the last part up against the keel, so I can get a nice clean. See, here's a piece right here that I have to get. See it right there? That's what I did, was I just cut that away. See? So I went all along the keel and I cleaned up that edge. So that's it. That ends the building of the hull. So now we're going to move on to the next phase.